Hello everyone. This reading is for star sign of Gemini for September 2022. We are 2022 already. Time goes really fast. So I ask the cards, what is coming up for Gemini for September? And I'm getting that you will have some conversation with someone that will be really honest and really meaningful. It could be a little bit shocking when it happens, but it's going to lead to kind of a makeup and a reunion with someone. So somebody has something to explain to you. These are my kind of first thoughts when I see the cards, that there's some explanation that's quite deep and meaningful to you needs to be made, and then you will have to decide what you want to do with it. So the first card I'm getting is the Queen of Swords. This is the energy is air, which means a woman who is either Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. They do show the sign of Libra, but it could also be Gemini and any other like air sign. The sword that she's holding is her mind. And this means that this woman is highly intelligent, very sharp minded, very accurate in her thinking. Like she wants to know the truth, she knows to want the facts and the logic and what goes on behind the scenes. Like she wants to know everything. And very often Aquarius and Gemini sorry um Aquarius and Gemini women and Libra women are quite inquisitive about all the details behind the situation, but it's not about the emotion, it's not about how somebody felt about something, it's about what exactly was going on. And therefore, she will decide what she wants to do with that information. She will decide what she's going to do next. So, that kind of energy I'm getting, Queen of Swords, Gemini woman, especially if you're a female, that card will represent you. And the magician, also the magician card, is ruled by planet Mercury. And Mercury was the messenger, he still is, the messenger of God. And it means whatever information comes through this is going to be quite meaningful to you, that it will change your kind of perception of things which you have been already thinking about this. Like you could have had some clues, or maybe you were logically trying to analyze the situation to come up with some answers, but so far you don't really have the facts and kind of the concrete truth about it. So when the meaningful communication with Mercury comes through, and then you will know what exactly was going on and what exactly is happening next, or what is likely to happen next. Magician card is also about manifestations from the universe. Like you've been kind of using the power of your mind to manifest something that you really wanted, and now something is kind of like the universe is sending you that. Can you can you see all the illumination being sent down to you from the universe? So that means things are starting to happen to you the way you wanted it, the way that you imagined them to happen in your imagination, in your mind, in your thoughts. Um Emperor and Tower and Page of Wands is pretty intense energy, fiery energy. I see this is like you have to deal with a fire sign. Man, it could be Aries. This card represents Aries, and it could be somebody who is very powerful, quite strong-willed, quite intense personality. It's best not to argue with them. I'm not saying to agree with everything, but use your mind, your witness. Like you got the wit to know how to deal with this pretty intense meal. Going against him and arguing is not the best way forward, because he won't respond well to that kind of thing. He's just too strong, too tough, too much a man of control. I'm not saying that he's a bully, but is one of these guys that negotiations and talking and trying to explain things with them, it wouldn't really work. He would do whatever he wants to do anyway, and the best way is to understand each other. The best way is to talk, to have this meaningful kind of communication when you can talk, and then he would probably understand where you're coming from, and then he will understand you, and you will understand him where he's coming from. But again, between these two, between the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, he is the stronger energy. So bear that in mind. The Tower's quite tense. As you can see, the sign here, this is Mars. Mars is the planet of aggression, war, and passion, masculine passion. And what it means is like, don't blow any arguments with this highly masculine fire sign, because it's just gonna go out of hand. The Tower is when something happens and things just fall into little pieces and they completely kind of shaken to the ground and almost beyond any repair, whether it's just emotionally feeling devastated. You could have a sudden argument or sudden breakup with this person. He will not listen to what you got to say. He's just too stubborn, and kind of like it's nothing that he will deal with. The Tower means some kind of a ending that came. One word comes up to me is catastrophic. I know that sounds really, really too much, really bad, but maybe it felt like a catastrophe, maybe it felt like a personal catastrophe um with him. Page of Wands and Three of Cups are telling me that you could be still in touch with this person, or a message is coming, because the Page of Wands is a message, and again, the Wands is fire energy, very intense. It could come out of the blue. You will not expect what will happen next, but this is how he is gaining leverage over people in life, by not being completely open, like holding his cards close to his chest, and then all of a sudden he just kind of blows off out there. I personally don't like this kind of dynamic. If this is a relationship, this could be very stressful to anybody. If you like your peace, if you like your clarity, if you like to be prepared and you like to know what's happening, at the Tower moment with the Emperor can kind of shake you off your ground. Like anything that you were thinking will happen next, it will not happen. It will happen what he wants to happen, which is kind of brutal to me. It's quite brutal. But for a woman like Gemini, I don't think they'll be that bad. I don't think Geminis will take it that bad, because they're quite kind of flexible in their understandings. They're not too sensitive. They're quite strong inside. So I think they'll be able to deal with the Tower a lot better than most people, because Queen of Swords is a tough lady. She is not like too fragile or too sensitive person to not being able to deal with something that is quite intense or unexpected. So you will be able to gather your wits and gather your kind of gain your composure and be able to deal with the situation without making it worse, I would say. Just because your mind works quite fast, and your mind works before your heart. For other people, if they're more sensitive, a Tower moment with Emperor, it could be quite hurtful, I would say. Which I have down here is these two cards, which are showing me, and also the Four of Swords I'm getting, the Five of Wands I'm getting. This is fight. This is fight, and this is hurt, and something really went wrong here, or it's about to go wrong. I don't know. You'll be able to deal with it though. It's not too bad. So Page of Wands means message coming through. Three of Cups is about getting together and having fun. This is fun card. It doesn't mean anything serious going on. You could be going out with them casually. You could be just dating. You could be just kind of having some time together. But it's all pretty happy. Um, happy times. Um, the faith. The faith card in this in this deck represents the Hierophant, which means a very first thing, it means marriage, but I don't think um right now this situation is quite kind of, I don't think the situation will lead to marriage with all these disturbances here. It doesn't look like harmonious union. It doesn't look like you two would make compromises with each other. So even though this person is could be thinking about marriage, I don't think this is going to happen because there are way too many swords and this is negative. You also have the fight and you have the tower. So I don't think this man could be just too forceful. He could be coming in too strong, like, I want to marry you, and you're like, hold on, hold on, hold on, we're not there yet, we're not there yet, just keep it, stay there. So the faith means you need to hold to your personal convictions, what the way you were brought up to believe, what a happy relationship or a happy marriage should be, and not to kind of change your mind about all this, like to hold on to your roots, to hold on to your traditions of your whatever your culture or whatever your understanding is. I know that these videos are being watched by people from all over the world, and everybody has their own understanding according to their own religious kind of ways of what a happy marriage should be. The So you need to go according to this. You need to go according to what your parents and your grandparents and your society have passed on to you as kind of terms. Also, on the romance angels cards, I'm getting the religious factors, which means your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So bear that in mind, that anything that's happening, you need to stick to your roots and to your traditional understanding. This person, I do have wedding here. This situation involves marriage. So he could be somebody who's quite keen to be married, but you need to do your thinking and you need to do what you think is best for you. The three of swords and the two swords reversed are showing me that there's some hurt, and this is hurt. So three of swords is heartbreak, and it's about breakup. So this could be about breakup, and this could be a breakup. Despite that we're talking about marriage, I don't think either of you is there yet to go for that. And it means that you could either somebody's getting rejected or someone else gets involved, like a third party, because three swords means a third party is interfering between it. It could be that you could have different cultural backgrounds and different understandings of marriage, and this could cause an issue. Just say you two are thinking about one day getting the commitment, getting the serious kind of way of dealing with this relationship, but the parents, grandparents, or the wider social group around each one of you is interfering because they say this is not how it is, this is not how you do it, this is not how we do it. And that could cause a breakup because you could have different understandings. Just say you come from one culture and you could be more flexible about things, but he being more stubborn sign. It could be vice versa. I'm just saying him because he looks like a tough guy, that he's not going to change his mind about things. He could be coming from completely different culture when things are done certain way. Like you do this first and then you do that first and then you do that first and then you get married. So that could cause a bit of disturbance, and it could also cause a breakup and a lot of hurt. This is hurt. You can see how hurt the woman is. She's holding her heart with her hands. She's protecting her heart. The way she's holding it with both hands looks like she is protecting herself from any hurt. But the three swords, it means this hurt was caused by another party. Someone else got involved in all this. Also the two swords is it reversed, which is good, but the two swords means someone doesn't really know what to do in that case. Like they're in between two sides. It could be you on one side and their family on the other side. He could be feeling like, okay, we get on well, everything's good, I do feel strongly about you, we'll get married. But then on the other side, you have the family saying this is not going to work out, this is going to end up in this disappointment and in hurt. So you have like two minds, two ways, and this person, whoever has to decide what they want to do, they feel a little bit stuck in the middle, or they have been for some time because the card is reversed. And when it's reversed, it means he's not longer holding on to this two different beliefs or two different ways to live his life, whether to listen to his elders and to go by what his society is telling him, or to go by what he wants to happen. This is passion. So it doesn't have to be physical passion, it could be emotional passion. It could be like you make each other feel quite enthusiastic and happy, and you bring a lot of positive energy to each other's lives. Fire, it means warmth, it means dynamic energy. The once you start talking, once you get together, everything just happens quite naturally. And the fire is the energy that moves everything forward in life. Like um you can't have any movement forward if you don't have fire, if you don't have the energy to move this forward. So it's not a passive, like for example, pentacles and cups and all this is quite passive because it's static, and the fire is dynamic. So you two, when you get together, a lot of things are happening very fast because you just make each other feel ignited with that passion. The seven, no, that's four. Sorry. The four of swords is somebody who's been thinking so much about what to do, what's next. um it shows a person who's laying down and is recuperating the energy, meditating, thinking. He looks like he's asleep, but in the original deck he's not really sleeping. He's just contemplating, meditating, trying to work out what is the best way forward. So when this happens, this card sometimes means that the person is gone quiet on you, because not because they're ignoring you, but because they don't really know what to do right now. And you have the two swords, which means duality, like, do I do this or do I do that, where do I go from here? But four of swords means he could have gone a bit quiet, and he could be not replying to your messages, he could not be making his mind up, but because he needs some time to think about it and to decide what's the next step. And that slows the whole thing, that slows the whole dynamic fire energy. Because like you start off really passionately and really exciting, something just starts off really fast, and all of a sudden he goes quiet on you and he doesn't know what to do. What do I do next? Do I take this further and see where it leads, and see how things develop in the future if I put my time and energy into it, or I don't, because all my relatives and my parents and mm, everyone else is saying this is not going to work out and you're going to be hurt and disappointed. So this person needs to think about it, and he could be inactive. So don't worry about it. I think when you get this kind of situation, all you can do is just wait for a while until he gets his thoughts together and when he has enough time to think about it. The this card is about arguments. So when this card is upright, you can see these people are fighting, arguing, not too badly. Oh, my camera is being funny. Okay, so the five of wands means there is clash of ideas, there is clash of opinions, there could be some competition going on between people. They don't necessarily intend to hurt each other, but they are fighting. So that could be either that this person is fighting with someone over this kind of decision to be made. um he could be in clash with his family about it, um or you and him could have a clash because of a third party interfering. And also this clash could lead to a breakup. The card is reversed, so it's not a hurtful one. If you had the five of swords, that's really mean and intended to hurt, but the ones are not that bad. It just means all of the sudden people are disagreeing, they don't know Like they don't support each other, they don't listen to each other, they're not going to do this together, and it's very likely this falls into pieces. When the card is reversed, it means making up after this argument, that it's very likely that you make up and you find a way to deal with this conflicting situation. It's not going to last like this for a very long time, so that's a good thing. And romance angels, I'm getting these two. A wedding. This situation involves marriage, and you also have the marriage card here. And the religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And I would add the parents, what they are saying um, a marriage should be and how it should happen. It could sometimes means that you could be from different cultural groups. You know, in some societies, people don't really approve if people are married to people who are outside their own ethnic or their own religious kind of understanding. But I get the feeling that very strongly you and him want to be together on a more serious level, and there is some tensions around other people that I'm getting that are influencing. Well, I hope this works out. Um, you can follow me for maybe mid September. I'm gonna upload some more videos and see what happens with the situation. But at the time, for now, you can't really do much about it, because whoever is having the problem with their family members, they need to deal with that first before they can go and have this serious relationship or this marriage or anything else that comes after you make up. Okay, bye for now.